What if I told you the deadliest predator of the Cretaceous wasn't the Rex, but something far stranger, faster, and still completely misunderstood? Long before paleontologists could even agree on what kind of dinosaur they were dealing with, the Megaraptors were already stirring up controversy. With powerful limbs, massive claws, and bones filled with air pockets like birds, these prehistoric predators defy almost every rule we thought applied to dinosaurs. They're not your typical theropod. And that's what makes them so fascinating. It all started in 1996 when Argentine paleontologist Fernando Novas uncovered a strange set of remains in the Patagonian wilderness. Among them was a claw so massive, it was assumed to be part of the dinosaur's foot. Novus named the creature Megaraptor, meaning giant thief, based on that intimidating weapon. But it didn't take long for scientists to realize the truth. The claw didn't belong to the foot at all. It came from the hand. That revelation flipped everything upside down. Megaraptor wasn't just some ordinary predator. It had powerful arms, each equipped with long, curved claws built for slashing and grabbing. Imagine a dinosaur with arms that didn't just hang uselessly like a T-Rex's, but actively participated in the hunt. Most big theropods, like Giganotosaurus or Carcharodontosaurus, had strong jaws but tiny or underdeveloped arms. Megaraptor broke that mold. Its forelimbs were long, muscular, and designed to do serious damage. The first two fingers ended in massive claws, while the third was significantly smaller, almost vestigial. It's like nature engineered this creature specifically for hand-to-hand combat. And yet, despite all that bulk, Megaraptor was built for speed. Its bones were filled with air pockets, known as pneumaticity, a trait usually found in birds. This adaptation made the skeleton lighter without sacrificing strength. Even its vertebrae, ribs and hips were built this way. Picture a lean, powerful sprinter with the build of a bodybuilder. That's what we're dealing with here. We also know Megaraptor's legs were made for running. Long, slender bones and a flexible foot structure meant it could cover ground quickly. In fact, one of its relatives, Australvenator, earned the nickname cheetah of its time for its speed and agility. This Australian predator could extend its fingers farther than most theropods, perfect for grabbing and tearing into prey. But here's where things get really weird. Scientists can't agree on what kind of dinosaur Megaraptor actually is. Originally thought to belong to the Neovenator family, some researchers later placed it closer to Tyrannosaurs, while others argued it might be a unique offshoot entirely. Some studies even suggested it could belong with Maniraptorans, the group that includes birds. And it's not just one species we're talking about. The Megaraptor family tree includes some of the strangest, most diverse predators ever discovered. Australovenator in Australia, Raptor in Argentina, Raptor in Japan, and even Venator in Thailand. Despite the distance, all of them shared key features: powerful claws, lightweight skeletons, and a controversial identity. Raptor, for example, may have had feathers. It was smaller than Megaraptor, but just as deadly, with signs of potential parental care and even a brain infection found in one specimen. This was a dinosaur that didn't just hunt. It may have cared for its own, lived a complex life, and suffered injuries like modern animals. Raptor, discovered in Japan, had massive hand claws and traits resembling both allosaurs and tyrannosaurs. Fossils suggest it may have even hunted in packs, a behavior rarely attributed to large theropods. Meanwhile, Trenia from Argentina and the recently named MIP Mac thorax show that some members of this group were growing to monstrous sizes. MIP may have been over 30 feet long, making it one of the largest megaraptors ever found. And then there's Aristean, whose name means air bone. Discovered in Argentina, Its ribcage structure hinted at a bird-like respiratory system, one that allowed more efficient breathing and possibly faster oxygen exchange. This would have given it an edge in speed and stamina, suggesting megaraptors were more than just ambush predators. They may have been endurance hunters too. These predators weren't confined to one corner of the world. They roamed South America, Australia, and Asia, evolving into regional apex predators after the extinction of the Carchara dinosaurs. And as the older giants faded away, the megaraptors rose to fill that power vacuum. The environment they ruled was just as wild. In places like the Winton Formation in Australia or the Sierra Barossa in Argentina, megaraptors hunted alongside massive sauropods, crocodilians, turtles, and other theropods. It was a prehistoric arms race, and megaraptors were among the top contenders. Orcaraptor, another member of this wild family, further confused scientists by displaying a strange mix of traits, some similar to birds, others to more basal theropods. Its curved teeth suggested a slashing feeding style, while parts of its skull hinted at possible auditory adaptations. Could it have hunted using sound? Or perhaps communicated over long distances? These are the kinds of questions that still linger. But we still don't have a complete megaraptor skeleton. Everything we know comes from fragmentary remains. A claw here, a vertebra there, maybe a bit of snout. Paleontologists have had to play puzzle master, piecing together an image from dozens of partial specimens across multiple continents. And that image is still evolving. Some megaraptors, like Orcaraptor and Erostion, blur the lines even further with traits that seem plucked from different dinosaur groups entirely. They challenge what we thought we knew about theropods, and force us to reconsider how evolution shaped predators in the southern hemisphere. Even the youngest known megaraptors, like juvenile specimens discovered in 2014, are helping reshape what we thought we knew. These finds suggest that some members of the group may have undergone significant changes as they aged, perhaps even switching hunting styles or social behaviors as they matured. So what was Megaraptor really? A misunderstood killer? A missing link between birds and more primitive theropods? A one-off evolutionary experiment? One thing's for sure. It wasn't just another big lizard with teeth. It was something else entirely. Something faster, smarter, meaner. And until we find a full skeleton, the mystery of the Megaraptor will keep haunting paleontology, because each discovery raises new questions, and the deadliest predator might still be the one we don't fully understand.